And what's so interesting is they to make it even more stronger. Here you see these federal laws again. Then you have the issue of for the war, what they did with Jerusalem, they strengthened it with what you call the Seditious Act. Yes. Of 1918. So the Seditious Act put teeth in it where anybody of any religion or anybody wanted to, not go to war, whatever, or you couldn't say anything about the war, anything. There's a lot of religious groups, a lot of people went to prison for over 10 years, in other religious groups, but Mason was kind of at the forefront of all that. His case was kind of the peak of dealing with the jurisprudence of America.
Well, let me just insert, some of you remember our Anabaptist friends? Well, the Hutterites were a large group, mainly agricultural, on the plains. There were hundreds of Hutterites in prison because they would not go to war in World War I. Many other Mennonites and others, and Bishop Mason was part of this fellowship of conscientious objectors. The Assemblies of God, though brand new, was a fully CO organization as well at this time.
Yeah, from 1917 through 1967, we were officially pacifist. And we were one of the largest pacifist denominations in America. And it didn't come out of a political orientation. It came out from a holiness worldview. Our founders didn't want to go and kill people on behalf of the state because that would somehow compromise our heavenly citizenship. What's more important, our heavenly citizenship or our earthly commitments? And this is very significant. And Bishop Mason and the Church of God in Christ was right there in the mix. And they had added difficulties because they were African American. So they were already suspect and second-class citizens.
You're anticipating some history. We're going to be chatting. No, this is really good. I want to bring one other little insight. This is one of the bombshells I like to drop when people are feeling terribly politically correct. And no, I'm not dropping any left-wing or right-wing. Woodrow Wilson resegregated the federal workforce. He is not a champion of democracy. When you read his actual written works, he despises the common people, and especially does not want the races to be mixed together. Now, that doesn't negate other good things he may have contributed, but William Jennings Bryan, three-time candidate for president of the Democratic Party, fervent believer. We usually only get the tail end of his life at the Scopes trial. Remember that? His first trial about evolution. We only hear about this old man that Clarence Darrow chewed up on the stand. William Jennings Bryan was an orator like no other, a politician of great repute, a defender of the farmer, and he left Woodrow Wilson's cabinet because of the war. So it's fascinating to see the bridges, to see black and white, rich and poor, politically powerful, politically unknown, joining together with an urgent eschatology and a fervent evangelism. This is the first quartile of the 20th century that gets lost in some of the headlines that later come in to focus. So